of when we chased the high-risk day on March 31st, 2023 in Arkansas. So we started out the day coming from Norman. Where was it? Because I knew we had a golf tournament, but I don't remember.
Oh yeah, we had the golf tournament in Branson right afterwards.
Oh yeah, we had a golf tournament afterwards. So anyway, so we left Norman and we're going east. And there were supposed to be supercells pretty early, but this day there were supercells even earlier than what the models had shown. So we were a little bit late to the party as far as initiation, but we ended up identifying this one supercell that was near Hot Springs that was kind of tracking up whatever interstate that is towards Little Rock. And we got on it southwest of Little Rock and followed it for quite a while. And it ended up being the first supercell that got tornado warned that day, which was really nice. And then right as we were getting into Little Rock, this is one of my biggest L's ever as a chaser. So we were right behind another chaser, Andrew Justin. We pull off the interstate, and I was looking at the map to see, because there's a lot of trees in that area, and I wanted to see, like, okay, what's the best chance that we're going to be able to put eyes on this wall cloud and maybe see a tornado. And I saw this Walmart that was just south of this exit, like maybe one block of when we get off. So we get off, Andrew Justin goes north, and we go south to the Walmart. The Walmart was, like, you could kind of see, like, the top of the wall cloud, but you couldn't really see if it was touching the ground or anything. But I thought, okay, for this area, this is a pretty good view. So we see it produce a tornado there. I mean, we couldn't tell that it was down, but now looking back, knowing it's a tornado, it was very clear that you could see the tornado. But Andrew Justin, who had gone one block to the north, got pretty much the best picture of that tornado I think that anyone got. And I was so frustrated. I'll never forget whenever we pulled up Twitter and saw that we had been right next to him, and then like 3 minutes later he got this perfect photogenic tornado, and we were just sitting in a Walmart parking lot looking at some gray skies. Oh, I've never been more frustrated. But either way, it was a good sell. Saw it. It was really cool. Started getting rain wrapped pretty quickly. Unfortunately did quite a bit of damage in the Little Rock area, western side of the town. But followed it for a while. It was tracking pretty quickly, and anytime you're in like an urban area, it's pretty hard to move quickly. And it had been on the ground the entire time, but we ended up, because of debris and road closures and stuff, had to kind of get away from it at that point. So we ended up going and finding another cell that was it to the north or something like that?
Yeah, it's to the north of the original one.
Yeah. So we went up towards that one, and again, like the second we get there, Tornado Genesis, it was some insane inflow. I think this is some of the strongest inflow I've ever felt. And yeah, just beautiful tornado, come straight down and almost immediately turns into a wedge. I mean, it was like minutes that it was this little rope to all of a sudden it's a fat wedge. And again, that one also got rain wrapped. And that's the one that ended up going through the town of Wynn, which, again, we didn't see it go through Wynn. We pretty much only saw it at the beginning, but still just absolutely amazing to watch that tornado form and grow so quickly. And then we dropped from there down south to all the way, like, south of, was it I-40? I don't know.
I think that's I-40, technically.
Yeah, well, south of I-40 from Wynn, which was quite a ways. And again, we picked, like, the next supercell that was going to be good at Arkansas. Well, you should tell this part where we saw we were just sitting in a field.
Yeah, we were sitting in a field for a while as the supercell was approaching us, and it got pretty much over the top of us, and we were sitting in the car just kind of looking out towards where the circulation was.
We thought there was circulation.
Yeah, and we saw like multiple little suction vortices kind of spin up on the ground right surrounding us, surrounding the car, like a few hundred feet on many directions. There was probably
dozens.
5 to 10, maybe more. Probably.
Well, it's probably like 10 or 15, but yeah.
There was a lot of just little suction vortices spinning up right around us as we were sitting directly underneath this wall cloud on a high-risk day. Not the best situation you want to get into.
No.
We were lucky.
It was one of those things where it's like the supercell was recycling where the new updraft was. And so we were looking at the old updraft, and then I just look up and I'm like, there should be sinking motion here. Why is there rising motion? And then we see the suction vortices, and I look up again. I just see the clouds like rotating directly above us. So then we're like, okay, we got to go. Booked it south. I mean, it was because days like those, high-risk days where the atmosphere is so potent, it just takes seconds before a tornado plants. And
it could have easily dropped a strong tornado around top of us, and we would have been screwed.
So we got out of there as quickly as possible, and as we were going south, there was a chaser that was like pointing and like trying to get our attention to like point from the direction we came from. So we like pulled over because we thought that maybe it had just produced a tornado. And he was like, "Did you guys see that tornado that just crossed the road?" And we were like,
We might have been right
under that. So, yeah. They ended up producing a little mini tornado, but nothing big.
Yeah, and then it crossed the river and produced a fairly long track EF2 tornado as it was going through Mississippi.
Yep.
One thing from this day that I remember on the Little Rock sale, actually, we just hear the tornado sirens, and I just remember looking up and just visually seeing this massive wall cloud just rotating quickly. And at that moment, I was driving and you looked at your phone and you're like, "This is a tornado emergency." I was like, "What?" Because we couldn't tell for sure if it was on the ground. But obviously there was a strong to violent tornado on the ground. We were just south of it watching this massive rotating wall cloud where there was a tornado underneath. And we turned contrast up on one of our pictures, and there was a fat wedge.
It was. It's one of those things where it's like your brain can't even comprehend. When you're looking at a wedge, it just looks like rain. Like you, especially when it is a little bit rain. I mean, it wasn't totally rain wrapped this day, but it's like your brain can't even comprehend that that is a tornado because it's so large. So that was one of the wedges that we saw that year.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure you take a moment to subscribe and hit the bell button so you're notified every time a video like this comes out. And while you're at it, why don't you check out chasepal.us? That way you're able to connect with us over all social media platforms.